They wear the uniform, they carry the same responsibilities, they defend the sky, yet their journey has rewritten what courage looks like. Jai Hind to our listeners. We extend a very warm welcome to the Wings of Shakti, the women achievers of the Indian Air Force. A special podcast by the Indian Air Force that celebrates the extraordinary women who soar beyond the clouds, break barriers, and write history for the nation. I'm your host, Wing Commander Poonam Negi, and today I am thrilled to have 3 women officers who will be sharing their journey of courage, determination, and remarkable achievements. Indian Air Force is among the pioneer air forces of the world, which has not only inducted women but also assigned leadership positions to them. With an unprecedented leap, Indian Air Force is taking a lead among the 3 services towards assigning combat and leadership roles to women. With a humble beginning in 1955, with the commissioning of a woman officer, Wing Commander Vijay Lakshmi Ramanna, in medical stream, Indian Air Force has come a long way with 13% women officers in its workforce. Women officers are being commissioned in fighter stream and also being assigned combat and leadership positions, with more than 13 officers appointed as the commanding officers of combat units and squadrons, shifting the spotlight on the women trailblazers who have embodied Shakti, turned their dreams of flying into reality, and not only excelled in their pursuits but have become a torchbearer for others. Please join me in welcoming Wing Commander Preet D'Souza. She has logged 3,000 hours of flying in a number of transport aircraft. She is amongst the first woman qualified flying instructor. Squadron leader Akanksha, who is flying Mi-17 helicopter in high altitude. She has recently flown the President, the Vice President, and the Prime Minister of India. Flight Lieutenant Tanushka Singh, who is flying Jaguar fighter aircraft and holds the distinction of the first woman Jaguar pilot in the Indian Air Force. Welcome to all of you to the podcast Wings of Shakti, Women Achievers of the Indian Air Force. Coming to you first, Wing Commander Preet D'Souza. Wing Commander Preet has flown various transport and trainer aircraft including Avro HS-748 Dornier, Kiran and Pilatus PC-7 Mark II. She has logged 3,000 hours of flying and she holds a distinction of being amongst the first woman qualified flying instructor. Now, Wing Commander, what inspired you to join the Indian Air Force?
Jai Hind. It started with the roar of an aircraft and the sight of a silhouette in the blue sky against the sun. But it turned into a desire to be part of something larger than myself when my mother showed me a newspaper cutout to join the IAF and said, "Give it a try." Yes, ma'am. Well, this inspired me to look for a calling, not for a career. Military training brought out the best in me. Discipline, focus, motivation was the usual norm here, a huge change from my usual civilian life. The weight you feel during the training is just the resistance needed to build the wings of a military aviator. My connection was forged from the ground up, looking upward with a sense of wonder and then a possibility. I had never seen an aircraft up close until my first flight with my flying instructor. The initial training flight was the culmination of a childhood fascination and dream, turning a distant sound and a roar into a tangible reality. Ultimately, it was the opportunity to serve the nation while pushing personal limits in a high-tech, mission-driven environment that made joining the Indian Air Force an inspiration.
That's great. So I would like to ask you that in an era where women pilots are breaking glass ceilings, you chose to take the step higher and become a flying instructor. So what challenges did you face in your journey to become a pilot and an instructor?
Well, ma'am, the greatest challenge wasn't just the complex aerodynamics. It was a profound transition from a civilian mindset to a military one. In life, your mind is your instrument and you have to learn to be its master. Becoming an instructor means moving from mastering a machine to mastering the human psychology of the cadet, to push them in different ways and means to excel. You have to learn the balance required and also the patience to let a cadet do a mistake so they can learn while ensuring the safety of the aircraft is paramount. It's not the difficulties that define success, but the unwavering determination to never give up. Ab initio training is about building a solid foundation, progressive, hands-on with safety as an unbreakable thread. We follow a structured brief, fly, debrief model, detailed pre-flight planning, controlled execution in the air, and thorough post-flight analysis using flight data video. Instructing has been profoundly rewarding. It instills me the witness to witness the thrill and excitement of the cadet's first solo. It's magic when they connect theory to flight and fly the solo for the first time. It reminds me of my training days and how my instructor pushed me to excel.
Yes. So, also I would like to ask you, Wing Commander, that one day you are dropping the troops in an aircraft, and the next day you are delivering humanitarian assistance, and the next day you are a flying hospital. So how challenging it is for you when the cargo behind you changes so drastically?
Well, ma'am, as you said, we essay a wide variety of roles, be it strategic airlift, tactical airlift, casualty evacuation, or be it the first responders in any disaster. We are trained to adapt. In the transport fleet, you might carry armored vehicles one day and delicate life-saving equipment the next. Each requires a different and precise way of planning to undertake the mission. Mission takes priority.
So any specific incident that you would like to share with our listeners that has left a deep impact on you?
Well, yes, I do. I do recall a routine sortie which had turned fast into a life-saving one. When we had to change the role of the aircraft to evacuate a Jawan with critical burn injuries. It was a race against time to get the aircraft ready for the operational role, get the operational clearances, get airborne in time, and to evacuate the Jawan in time to safe and sound life. Adaptability is the hallmark of a military aviator and professional, and I learnt it in that one instance. In the Indian Air Force, you learn to be a master of change, staying calm and precise, whether you're carrying machines or human hopes.
Yes, so how satisfying it would have been for you, right?
Deeply satisfying, ma'am, to look at the smile on the face of the Jawan at the end of the day.
Okay, great. It was nice talking to you, Wing Commander Preet D'Souza. Now coming to our next speaker for today, Squadron Leader Akanksha. She got commissioned in 2015 in Flying Branch as helicopter pilot. She has flown Pilatus PC-7 Mark II, Chetak, Mi-8, Mi-17 V5 helicopters. A very warm welcome to you, Squadron Leader. You have been flying Mi-17 helicopter in the valley. Please take us back to the start. What inspired you to join the Indian Air Force and specifically the helicopter stream?
Ma'am, thank you so much for inviting me on this podcast.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So my inspiration to join the Air Force began during my school days. I was deeply influenced by the words of Captain Vikram Batra, "Ye dil mange more," and that spirit of courage and dedication left a strong impression on me, and I began to feel drawn towards a life in uniform. And I always wanted more from life. I remember in class 9th when I visited Delhi Trade Fair, I came across the Air Force stall and I picked up a pamphlet and brought it home, and that was probably the first time I seriously thought about joining the Air Force.
Great.
And yes, ma'am. And it felt as if I had discovered my purpose in life. So that was my first exposure with the Air Force. And then during this journey, during my school and thereafter my college and thereafter my working in an IT company also, my parents have always been supported my dreams without any condition. And it's because of them I joined service, and they have always pushed me to chase my dreams. So here I am sitting in blues today. The idea of flying helicopters have always fascinated me. Helicopter serves as the ultimate lifeline to the Indian Army and paramilitary forces in the North and Northeast sector. Like we say, to hover is to divine. This machine can land anywhere, it's highly maneuverable, and because of these characteristics, it is used to deliver medicines, daily ration items, flood relief operations to far-flung places where even roads cannot reach till today. So that's why I opted for helicopters to experience the flying in challenging terrain and be a lifeline to our troops on ground.
Indian Air Force sees women not only from the prism of gender balancing, but as a gender pool that is purely on merit. How true is this statement for you?
Ma'am, in my opinion, this statement is absolutely 100% correct. In Indian Air Force, merit is the only currency. Here we are defined by our caliber, not by our gender. And like live example, I am sitting in front of you. I have always been supported by my seniors to do better in service. I picked up my flying categories early in career, and which helped me in getting clear in all my roles and be the captain of my aircraft. And like we say, cockpit does not know who is flying it. It only knows your skill.
Okay. So Indian Air Force is a pioneer in high altitude rescue, disaster relief and emergency medical evacuation from remote and challenging terrains. To name a few are the Ladakh Night Rescue in 2025, where 2 stranded South Korean nationals were evacuated. Also Arunachal Pradesh Flood Rescue or Uttarkashi Cloudburst Rescue 2025. Co-leader Akanksha, you have flown extensively in Northeast and Northern sector, and you have also flown the high pressure missions with VVIPs. So share your experiences.
Absolutely, ma'am. That would be my pleasure. I had this exceptional opportunity and honor to fly Honorable President, Vice President and Prime Minister of our country. And I would say that I am privileged to be a part of such team to fly them. Flying VVIP missions involves a very high level of responsibility and precision. And these missions demand detailed planning and strict adherence to the SOPs and ability to remain calm and composed under the pressure. So every aspect of the mission, from timing to coordination, has to be exact. No plus minus even for 10 seconds. So in such operations, you are not just flying the aircraft, you are managing the entire mission, ensuring the highest standards of safety and professionalism. So you are not just only the pilot, you are also a mission manager in the VVIP operations. But however, if I speak about the air maintenance, on the other hand, operation in Northeast and North sector are not just about navigating through rough terrain and thin air. It is about being the lifeline for our troops. And it's 365 days around the clock. So air maintenance operations are altogether different experience. And presently I am operating in Siachen Glacier, and this is my second posting in air maintenance unit. And flying in areas such as Northeast and Siachen test both the pilot and the machine. So if I talk about specifically high altitude flying, it is very challenging because the air is less dense, which reduces the aircraft performance. It limits the payload, weather changes very rapidly, and terrain leaves no margin for error. So here are very few emergency landing options, low oxygen levels and extreme cold conditions which affect the pilot mentally and physically.
Correct.
So best part of being a helicopter pilot, I would say, is you get to fly in different roles. Both VVIP and high altitude operations are equally demanding, but in different dimensions altogether. So there is no scope of error. So finally I can say after flying in Siachen Glacier is that no peak is too high to conquer. And it gives me an immense sense of satisfaction after I land back knowing that the mission was a success.
Okay, so would you like to share any specific experience with our listeners which has been most memorable one for you?
Absolutely, ma'am. One of my most memorable experiences was a casualty evacuation I carried out in Northeast in 2021 during COVID times. And there was army personnel who was injured during an exercise, and I was launched to do his CASEVAC. And that was my first CASEVAC as a captain. And weather was not conducive, and my team did a great job in carrying out the CASEVAC, and we successfully did his CASEVAC and he survived. So that moment changed my perspective. So I would call it as a most defining moment of my career. It really made me more humble, and it really gave me that sense of satisfaction that I am at a correct place and doing the correct job.
Okay, so you are also a role model for the entire generation of boys and girls who are listening to you today. So would you like to give any message to them or motivate them to choose Indian Air Force as a profession?
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. I hope they hear me out today and just try to follow. I would say that if you are dreaming of the skies, then do not let anyone tell you that your dreams are too big. Joining Air Force, I would say that have been the best decision of my life. The experience is so rich and so beautiful that there are no dull moments, not even for a single day. And every day is a new challenge and you feel excited. So in Air Force, your currency is only merit. So if you seek adventure, you want to be a part of something much larger than life, then Air Force is your calling. Just spread your wings and fly. So my message is simple that my father taught me, be fearless. Invest in your education, build your physical and mental strength. The sky is not the limit, it is our playground. So I remember my favorite lines from poem Invictus. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. So what you seek in life, be it adventure, your growth or a sense of belonging, you will find it here in abundance. And Air Force gives you a great opportunity to travel also across the country. You get to enjoy different postings, chance to meet new people, experience new culture. So these experiences will shape you professionally into a leader, also personally into a person of unshakable character. So if you want a life where every day offers a new horizon and every mission adds a chapter to your legacy, then I think Air Force is where you belong.
Skoinda Akanksha, thank you very much for sharing your experiences with our listeners today. And I'm sure they will definitely get motivated. Now let's come to our third guest, Flight Lieutenant Tanushka Singh, who is the first woman Jaguar pilot in the Indian Air Force. Tanushka is a third generation officer, so discipline runs in the family for her. Now coming to the Jaguar, a brief introduction for our listeners. Jaguar is a twin-engine deep penetration strike aircraft designed for low-level missions, capable of Mach 1.6 speed. It can carry 4,000 kgs of payload. So, Flight Lieutenant Tanushka, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, ma'am.
In today's world of endless opportunities, of diverse and rewarding career paths, what motivated you to be a fighter pilot? Whether it was the fighter aircraft flying in the sky or the speedy maneuvers in movies like Mission Impossible that inspired you?
A lot of people do get inspired by movies, a lot of fighter movies or fighter planes that fly over their heads. However, my story is slightly different. I come from a defense background and that has profoundly shaped my aspirations. My father has been a very strong sense of support as well as a motivating factor in what I am today. I've grown up in an environment which is defined by discipline, integrity and service to the nation, because of which it has instilled a very deep sense of responsibility and purpose in me since my very young age. And I'm grateful to my parents and grandparents who have not differentiated between men and women in my family and have motivated and supported my dream of getting into a active combat role in the armed forces. When I was very young, I aspired to join the Indian Army in combat role. However, during my schooling years, not many such opportunities were available in the Indian Army. Back in 2016, I was casually watching the news when I came across the induction of first female fighter pilots in the Indian Air Force, and my mother motivated me and said that you could also try to be one. That moment was very transformative. Back then I realized that I can also fulfill my goal of serving the nation in combat aviation without any sort of limitation on me. With that goal in mind, I chose to pursue graduation in engineering so that I could be eligible for technical entry across all three forces while trying to get selected in the flying branch for the Indian aviation.
Okay, so you already had a backup plan with you? That's great.
Yes, ma'am. Because none of them in my family actually were in the Indian Air Force, all of them were in the Army. I was planning to get into as a technical officer in either of the three forces because I was not sure if I would get into with the flying branch or not. But as fate would have it, in my very first attempt, I got recommended for the flying branch and I joined the academy in June 22.
Great. So Flight Lieutenant, would you like to talk to us about the low-level flying and how do you manage to fly at high speed, very close to the ground, with so many high-rising obstructions and are able to destroy target with pinpoint precision?
Ma'am, fighter flying definitely gives that very high sense of adrenaline rush, and everybody gets those little goosebumps when they watch those movies. It looks very adventurous, it looks very fun, maneuvering and speed and thrill. However, Jaguar has slightly different role. We specialize to fly close to ground at low levels, and we specialize into as strike pilots. to deliver bombs over the target at low levels. Now this subconsciously creates a fear in anybody's mind that you can go into the ground very quickly when you're flying close to the ground at very high speeds. For this, we do regular training during peacetime. We imagine scenarios that can happen in air while preparing for the missions on ground, and we train our reflexes to respond as quickly as possible to any sort of adversary that might come up, so that we are extremely comfortable in that cockpit. There is extreme amount of stress and pressure, a lot of multitasking that you have to do inside the cockpit. So we train ourselves to keep calm no matter what the situation arises. Jaguars fly low levels both over the land and sea. So continuous exposure over different terrains also trains our eyes, ears and motor skills to respond accordingly.
Okay. So, a lot of girls are already listening to you today. What would you like to say to the young girls listening to you who may aspire to follow a path like yours?
Ma'am, I only have 3 words. Believe in yourself. Along with dedication and hard work, one must also have confidence in yourself and believe that you can achieve it. You should not just aim to make it to a field that is less explored or less explored by women as of now, but you must also aim to excel in whatever you take up. One must aim to focus on the little things and the tasks that are in hand with them today, so that these little steps can accumulate and guide you towards the larger goal that you dream to achieve.
That was great, Flight Lieutenant Tanushka. Thank you very much. Officers, let's come to the rapid fire round of this podcast. I would request each one of you to give a quick answer. One word to describe the Indian Air Force. Wing Commander Preet.
Extraordinary.
Your message to young girls listening to you today. Squad Leader Akanksha.
Be fearless.
Your biggest pride. Flight Lieutenant Tanushka.
Zero concession batch.
Thank you. Thank you for such exceptional answers, as exceptional as you are. All the best and thank you very much. Officers, your story reminds us that courage has no gender and service has no limits. Thank you for sharing your journey with us and for being a living example of strength and dedication. This was Wings of Shakti, Women Achievers of the Indian Air Force, celebrating the women who protect our skies and inspire our tomorrow, symbolizing the Indian Air Force motto, Nabha Sprishyam Deeptam, touch the sky with glory.